This is JAM 1986, number 15. In the electrolysis of aqueous solution of potassium tetrahydrosulfate 6 or potassium sulfate in the cell below, which species migrate to the anode? A. Sulfate ion and hydroxide. B. Potassium ion and sulfate ion. C. Hydroxide and hydroxonium ion. D. Hydroxonium ion and potassium ion. Now let's look at the system proper. This solution is solution of potassium sulfate, according to the question. It's a solution of potassium sulfate, which means the electrolyte, which is the liquid, the solution that conducts electricity, is potassium sulfate solution. And these two rods are the electrodes. One is positive, one is negative, and this is the symbol for the battery. Analyze the electrolyte. The electrolyte contains two things, potassium sulfate and water. These are the things that ionize to form potassium ion and sulfate. Then water will ionize to form hydrogen ion and hydroxide. So once electricity enters this electrolyte, these are the four ions that encounter the electricity. Now let's move to the system again. Here, the negative electrode is the electrode through which electricity enters. You can see it is negative, filled with electron. This is where electron enters the electrolyte. Now, once the electron enters the electrolyte, let's check which ion is capable of picking the electrons. Now, the ions that will pick the electrons must have been positively charged. So, potassium ion and hydrogen ion are capable of picking electrons from the electrodes. Like potassium can pick electron to be discharged as potassium atom, and hydrogen could pick an electron to be discharged as hydrogen atom. All these reactions take place at the cathode. At the cathode, because the cathode is negatively charged. So cathodes or cations, positively charged ions migrate to cathodes. Now let's check the anode. This is a positively charged rod. It is called anode. This is where electron leaves the system. The electron leaves the system through the anode. You can see it's positive, void of electron. So which ions are capable of donating electron to this anode so that the electron will leave through the anode? The only ions capable of donating electrons are negatively charged ions, and these are the two ions that are capable of doing that. So sulfate ion, which is negative, is capable of losing electron to be reduced, to be oxidized. And the hydroxide is capable of losing electron. All will migrate to the anode, which is positively charged. So let's check the options again. The only ions that could migrate to anode that is positively charged must be negatively charged ions. So let's check the options. A, sulfate is negatively charged. Hydroxide is negatively charged. B, potassium is positively charged. Not the answer. C, you can see positively charged ion. It can't migrate to positively charged electrode. D, you can see positively charged ion there. It can't go. So the correct option is A. Sulfate and hydroxide ions are the species that migrate to the anode.